name is Guy Williams. Thank you all so much for coming along. I'm your MC for this evening. Joining me will be the beautiful Megan from The Edge. Round of applause for Megan, ladies and gentlemen!
Hi everyone. Guys studied political science, is that what it was? So
I studied politics before.
I'm not that clued up on the situation, but I thought I'd wear my blazer to make me look a bit smarter.
You look very professional.
But we're here tonight to make sure you vote, basically, and help you out maybe with who you're going to vote for. So we'll give you all the details and we'll introduce you to everyone here tonight and make sure that you vote.
I actually have a little bit of experience running an election. I don't want to brag about it, but when I was at Victoria University studying my politics degree, I actually ran in the Victoria University Students Association by-election. Yeah, thank you, for the position of Activities Officer. There are 23,000 students at Victoria University who could vote, and I received 184 votes. And I won by 23 votes. It was a landslide, and I think that kind of explains how important it is to vote, because every vote counts, especially in a council election where we have such low turnout. So it's so lovely to see so many faces here today in the sun. Now, Meg, I reckon we should get cracking right into it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
We're going to start with a little bit of a novelty game. We're going to grill the candidates in the lightest way possible. We are going to get them to hold up signs depending on their opinion on some serious and some not so serious issues. So it should be an we haven't introduced the candidates for a start, have we?
Yeah, let's go through and introduce everyone. Oh, there's a few.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause and a warm welcome to your Tauranga City Council candidates for 2013. It really is fantastic. Democracy in action. This is the forefront of democracy. A bit of a ragtag, but I noticed they're doing the Seagulls jersey just sitting off to the side there. Yeah, have you got some of the people didn't RSVP, so those are probably the guys sitting on the stool. He RSVP'd, now he's very angry at me. We're going to have many awkward situations like that this evening. Oh, a bit of housekeeping. If anyone's lost a cell phone, there's one right down here. All right, so I think we'll go through each of the candidates.
They really don't want it anymore. You just knocked it off.
If anyone's lost a broken cell phone, that is down below. So I think we're going to introduce each of the candidates. Everyone just say their name, and then we'll give you a novelty question. First up, what's your name, sir?
David Stewart.
And Harry Potter or Twilight?
Twilight.
Good choice. I approve. What's your name?
I'm Clayton Mitchell.
Hi, Clayton. What's your star sign?
A queer ass.
Cute.
Who's next?
Matt Cowley.
Matt Cowley, favourite rugby team?
Oh, rugby league or union? Sorry, I have to...
Rugby league.
Okay, I'm going to go for...
It's not that tough a question, mate. We've got a lot of people to get through, so we need to make it quite sticky. Favourite rugby league team?
Your team, mate.
Okay, you've been disqualified from the competition. Matt Crowley, I already can see he's going to be quite difficult at council meetings and stuff like that. What's your name, sir?
Calvin Clout.
That is a great name. Calvin Clout, ladies and gentlemen. Calvin Clout. What's your favourite band?
U2, man.
Any U2 fans in the house? U2 is not well received here in Tauranga. You got some? Your name?
Ramesh Sharma.
Ramesh Sharma, ladies and gentlemen! And why are you standing today?
I am working with the different ethnicity and communities. I am working to connect all the communities.
He wants to connect all the communities! I like how I ask very light questions for the first four and then
Suddenly
decide to
they're
grill
really serious.
him.
I can probably lighten it up a wee bit. What's your name?
Rick Carrack. Hey, Rick.
Right, correct, ladies and gentlemen!
Rick, do you prefer Katy Perry or Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus.
Controversial choice. Controversial.
He's going to be twerking later on to demonstrate his love.
Is it wrong that I kind of want to see that? If you twerk good, I'm sure people would vote for you. What's your name?
Claire Wilson.
Claire, heels or flats? It's a very important question.
Depends where you're going, but mostly flats.
Good. Good. Where did Guy go?
Flats fans in the house. I feel like after everyone's name, we should give them a round of applause.
Okay, good.
Otherwise, he's like, vote for Rick, and everyone just leaves him hanging. Rick and Claire Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. That's where it's at. What's your name, sir?
Richard Moore.
Richard Moore. Who's going to win the NRL on the weekend?
Seagulls.
Easy question there. Richard Moore, ladies and gentlemen! Name? And what's your opinion on badges with your name on them?
Oh, not necessary.
She's wearing one anyway, I appreciate it.
What's your name?
Wayne Moultrie.
Wayne, do you prefer boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Prove it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Name?
Gail McIntosh.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Gail McIntosh, ladies and gentlemen! It's hard to get in there. We'll keep on going.
What is your name?
Larry Baldock.
Hello, Larry. I'm going to hit you with Rihanna or Beyonce.
Rihanna.
Okay, I dig it. Although Queen Bee, but whatever.
Dale Henderson.
Dale Henderson, he's got one fan in the audience. His dad has come along to support him. Dale, what do you think is the most pressing issue facing Tauranga?
Supporting the arts and making it a community that we enjoy living in.
Dale Henderson! Sorry, Dale Coles. Sorry, Dale Coles, ladies and gentlemen. A few more to get through. There's a lot of people running, and this is fantastic.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Michael Morris.
What's your favourite radio station? Seriously, what's your favourite radio station?
Concert program.
Hey!
It wasn't hard, was it?
I agree. Name?
Terry Malloy.
Terry Malloy. Favourite bridge in Tauranga?
We're looking at it over there.
Do you know what it's called?
The Tauranga Harbour Bridge.
The Tauranga Harbour Bridge! Terry Malloy, ladies and gentlemen!
What's your name, sir?
Richard Cluett.
Who's your favourite comedian?
Ben Owen.
John Owen Beno, ladies and gentlemen! A bit of backstory. Some of you might see me on TV. Some of you might not see me on TV. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that I've been on TV. And there will be a couple of other awkward situations. The show's called John Owen Ben. John Owen Beno, close enough. All right. Next up, name?
Sam Bailey.
Sam Bailey. What? Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Oh, divided the audience with the Coke or Pepsi question. Sorry about that. Coke fans in the house? Pepsi fans? All right, okay. This has turned into like a promotional thing for soft drinks now. Name?
Darwin Walker.
Delwyn Walker. And what is your favourite Tauranga-based rugby team?
Rangatawa.
Rangatawa! I just assumed you were going to say the Bay of Plenty Steamers, but that's obviously a team as well. Name?
Jim Fingal.
Are you for or against beards?
For against?
For or against beards?
Yeah.
Beards like you have on your face.
Yeah. I'm naturally for.
He's for beard, Jim Pringle, ladies and gentlemen! It's the only way to hide, okay. Well, that's probably not a great quality for a councillor, but good luck nonetheless. Name?
Stuart Crosby.
Stuart Crosby, your mayor, ladies and gentlemen! And Stuart, what's the best thing about being mayor of this beautiful city?
Just about everything. The people, the place, you name it, it's all great here.
Could he have given a more generic and broad answer? Very diplomatic, a politician at heart. Stuart Crosby, ladies and gentlemen! A few more?
What is your name?
Steve Morris.
Guy asked the very serious questions, but I want to know who's your favourite boy band, Titanium or Morehouse?
Oh, flip. I was going to go Backstreet Boys. Can I do that?
You can do that. They were recently voted like #1 boy band of all time, so I'm going to give you that. What is your name?
Yeah, Bill Faulkner.
Hi, Bill. Do you like iPhone or Android?
Android.
You're not on.
Major mic situations here. I don't need a mic, I can talk loud enough anyway. But the mic's kicked in. Name?
Jeanette Arnold.
Jeanette Arnold, are you for or against seats? 4 seats, ladies and gentlemen. Jeanette Arnold! Come on, to go. Name?
Fleur Harawira.
Fleur Hardawera, and well, favourite boy band?
Titanium.
Yeah.
Titanium fans in the house? No! Titanium are very hated. Maybe switch it to One Direction.
No.
She's sticking. It may be unpopular, but she's sticking with it nonetheless, and I like that. It's a good quality for a politician. What's your name?
Catherine Stewart.
Catherine Stewart, ladies and gentlemen! Catherine, what is your opinion on...
As you look around.
I've literally run out of questions now. Catherine Stewart, are you for or against trees?
Love them.
Catherine Stewart loves trees, ladies and gentlemen! What's your name?
Murray Guy.
Murray Guy! You've already got my vote because you've got my name in your name. If you had a son, would you call him Guy Guy?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I'll get him a blue shirt as well.
We've just got a couple more now. What's your name?
John Robson.
John Robson. What is the most important issue facing Tauranga?
Debt.
Debt? What do people think? Is debt a problem? What do people think? Yes. Feel free to yell out your comments. You're going to be welcome to hear. Have we got everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for all your councillors! Sorry, should I say council candidates and mayoral candidates? They've all done a fantastic job for coming along today. And we're going to grill them like never been grilled before. Obviously with some hard-hitting questions and some not so hard-hitting. But the idea is to get a bit of a sense and a bit of a feel for everyone's personalities and whatnot. Now the first game we thought we'd play is a quickfire game. Megan, you're going to be asking the questions. And we're going to be, every candidate should have a sign and they can give a quick opinion on these first 5 questions. Hopefully they're in order. And we're going to be really asking the hard-hitting ones. Megan, take it away.
Has everyone got their signs?
If anyone would like a spare sign, we can pass some through there.
We've given them signs so they don't waffle on.
Quick opinion. First question. Let's get it going.
First question is Vegemite or Marmite? We said that'd be hard hitting.
Vegemite or Marmite? We've got quite a strong
Marmite,
in favour of Marmite.
Sports.
I'm more of a peanut butter man myself. What about the audience? We've got support for Vegemite? Support for Marmite?
Question number 2. A little bit more serious. How should curbside recycling be funded? Rates or user pays?
So we've got, someone's got Vegemite up. A little bit confused. So
Sports and arts.
for some of the younger members in the audience, rates is the fees you pay to the council every year. User pays means that individuals who want to use a service choose to use it under their own free will. So for example, I think recycling at the moment is user pays, where you select if you want to. Is it recycling here in Tauranga? Do people know? So right now recycling is user pays. And what do people think about recycling? Do you think it should be user pays or rates? Everyone put up their signs. We've got quite a lot of people saying user pays, which is the status quo. What does the audience think? You guys, people in favour of rates, make some noise. People who like user pays? Someone was heckling. What were you yelling, lady? Madam, sorry. Recycling's not a choice. I think that's a very good comment. Round of applause. People a bit on the fence on recycling right here. I think it's maybe important for the environment, but I guess each to their own. Next question.
Question number 3. How should libraries be funded? Rates or user pays?
How should library, now I think this is at the moment funded in Tauranga via rates. So that's the status quo. Clayton, you look confused, but you don't have the right sign. He's had his sign stolen by another cunning candidate in an attempt to sit. He's a rates man, all right.
Next question. How should graffiti removal be funded? Rates or user pays? Do it, pays? Well, yeah, you've got to find them first, don't you?
So the general opinion is that the graffiti artist should pay. And I think that's a fair point. We've got a couple more here.
How should parking in the CBD be funded? Right, I told you it pays free.
Everyone says user pays. Do you think? Why are you choosing user pays, sir?
Look, we need to make the CBD into a destination, so user pays, get people in here, regardless of the pricing, people come if we make it a place where people want to loiter like we are doing tonight.
We're trying to get people into the beautiful city here, which can't be hard on a night like this evening. Do we have one more? Should we give one more? Should we do a silly one?
Sushi or kebabs?
Sushi or kebabs? This is going to divide the crowds. This is a big issue. What do the crowd think? Sushi fans, make some noise. Kebab fans? A split audience. Fantastic. Now, all right. Now, the way we're going to run this, it's going to be quite quick pace. Each of the candidates has a minute to speak. I'm going to ask a question. We're going to spin the wheel of death. We're going to choose 3 candidates to come up and give 1 minute on, or they'll stand up and give 1 minute on the topic. So 3 candidates will talk on each topic, just because we are pressed for time, so everyone can't have their opinion on everything, unfortunately. Of course, just remember, if you don't get all the information you need from this evening, the candidates will be around. They can talk afterwards if you want to hit them up one-on-one. And of course, they've got heaps of material they want to hand out as well. So we'll get cracking into it. I think we should get our first 3 candidates.
And we're also going to do this X Factor style, so if we get bored, feel free to let me know. And we'll honk them out.
Megan's horn is going to be shutting people up when when the minutes go on.
When I've had enough. Or if you've gone on a little bit too long, you'll get the horn. Okay?
All right, okay. So we're going to draw our first 3 candidates. If you could please stand up when your name is called.
Oh, can I spin the wheel, guys?
Megan, you can spin the wheel. Who's our first candidate?
Our first one is...
David Stewart.
Okay, David.
David Stewart. David Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. Spin it again. Another spin.
And Ramesh Sharma.
Ramesh Sharma!
And lastly, is it going to click over? Yes, Clayton Mitchell.
Clayton Mitchell! Great start, okay. First question, we're starting with you, Clayton. What do you think Tauranga's biggest selling point is?
This beautiful harbour, actually. I think we need to be heroing just sitting here looking out. I mean, to be fair, global warming's got my ticket of approval if this is the sort of weather we're going to be getting in the future. And we need to be absolutely maximising this beautiful coastline, this beautiful inner harbour. Absolutely. And I love your big horn, by the way. There it is.
He's afraid of the horn. That was very brief.
It was very concise.
He said global warming's got his approval. So what's your stance on sustainable energy?
Look, it's a throwaway line, absolutely. I thought I might have got a bit more of a roar from the audience, but no, look, I'm all about sustainable energy and making the most of our rubbish removal and making sure that we're not just burning it into the atmosphere. But at the end of the day, look, we live in a magnificent resort city, and we have to maximise the outside moments, especially this beautiful weather and our beautiful harbour.
All right. The beautiful harbour is a key point, obviously. That was a very diplomatic answer, well done. Ramesh, what do you think Tauranga's biggest selling point is?
Most important part is the port is here.
Bring the microphone closer, yes?
Tauranga is a beautiful city.
Yeah.
I agreed with my friend, but port is here. It is good opportunity to do the more business, to more earn money.
Yeah.
We are talking about the rates. We are doing good business, then we can manage all the things.
Okay.
So we should go for this one to use the port to go for the different type of business from overseas.
Okay, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Very well said. And finally, David, what do you think Tauranga's biggest selling point is?
Oh, without a doubt, it's our beaches. That's what brought me to Tauranga some years ago. Used to come over here quite often as a child and growing up, and it was definitely the beaches. And the nurses that were here too, I'd have to say, back in the day. That was always an attraction as well, nurses at our hospital.
Were you sick a lot?
No, never. But also the people. I mean, Tauranga people, they're casual, it's nice. And I agree with Clayton. I was looking at the beach this morning, kids out there swimming. Global warming's not a bad thing for us, really, is it?
Can we stop saying global warming's not a bad thing? It's definitely a bad thing, just to emphasise. I feel like we don't really quite understand what global warming is here. But anyway, okay. Give it up for the three candidates you just heard, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to spin the wheel for three more. Megan.
Bill Faulkner.
Bill Faulkner.
Richard Clute. And last one. David Stewart.
We've had David Stewart. Go for another one. Good, hey, good, fair play, eh? Good attitude to have.
Claire Wilson.
Claire Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the three candidates. Okay, my question, it could be divisive. Do you think Tauranga needs a museum and why?
Yeah, that's a great question. This is the first thing I've ever won. The answer is yes, a museum's fine, provided it's on a non-ratepayer funded basis.
So how does a non-ratepayer funded basis work?
Well, the council's currently got a proposal forward where they facilitate a site that's already council owned and are going to pay for a consent application. The organising committee, which is a private organisation, then goes and raises the money through government and the various charitable trusts and other entities that make money available for that kind of entity.
So it'll be like Tauranga Museum brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Well,
and all the stories about Coca-Cola.
Well, provided it's not ratepayer funded, yes.
Wait, well, my idea was a terrible idea. Don't say yes. Say no, it's not going to be anything like that.
No, I like Coca-Cola.
Well, what do you guys think? Coca-Cola, Team Emirates Museum? Is it a future thing? I don't know. I think it could be a bit troublesome, but I guess if your view is to keep down rates, then maybe that's the best solution. Claire, we'll ask you. Do you think Tauranga needs a museum and why?
I think Tauranga wants a museum, and I think that it would be lovely to have a museum. I agree that ratepayer funding is probably not going to happen at this time, but I think there are so many collaborative things that could happen with existing museums such as Te Papa, who have recently had a big collaborative development with a town not so far away from us, just across the hill, and have opened a new like an outreach museum of Te Papa. And I think there are many things to celebrate in our area, you know, Gate Pa, Hiniporo, just amazing things that we need to just really celebrate here and give visitors and our people that live here the opportunity to learn about and to celebrate. So yes for the museum, but probably no for ratepayer funding.
Very well spoken, very well said. Finally, sir, what do you think Tauranga needs a museum and why?
I am in favour of a museum, however I'm not necessarily looking at a traditional style of museum. I think possibly more of a boutique type of thing. Again, using more modern technology. Te Papa has some great displays down there, but that's about involving the children, and I think that's the most important thing. If we're going to be successful, we need to get the kids on board, and that'll bring in the parents and grandparents, etc. I also tend to think that Tauranga has a lot of its own history, and that we need to focus on that. I spent a bit of time in the New Zealand room at the library. There's such rich resources there, but it's all locked away, or people have to go to, chasing it. And I think you know, all our beautiful artefacts are locked away of the mount. We need to get them out, but new rather than traditional style of museum.
Very well spoken. Richard Clute, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys, all three of you, if I'm correct, were in favour of a less funding from the council, more funding from alternative sources. Is anyone fighting for a council-funded museum here? No, it's unanimous. Well, a couple of hands up. Okay, here we go. I think they're the ones that put their hands up are in favour of a collaboration. I don't know quite what that means. Maybe like when Nicki Minaj and Justin Bieber get together on a song, something similar to that. I don't know why I'm going to these bad pop culture references every time, but that's the way my brain works. Okay, we need another 3. Let's get another issue on the table. And if anyone in the audience has a question that they would like to put on the table, I would love to hear it, and I'll probably reject it, but you know.
Michael Morris.
Michael Horace?
I don't get to honk my horn yet. You're all very concise.
Everyone's
Matt
keeping his
Cowley?
speeches short. What was the name? Matt Crowley? Cowley?
Cowley.
Sorry.
What does it mean when it's in between? I'm just going to spit again. Who knew this could be so difficult?
Come on, Megan, it's not that hard.
Calvin Cloud.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Calvin Cloud, we'll start with you. Do you think the council invests enough money into events?
No, I don't think they do. I think that events are really going to make this town city vibrant. You know, if you just look around here today, you can see the potential there is to utilise this area here for a start. And also I'm really keen to see, for example, the Harry McCleary statues be erected. And then,
don't bring up the Harry McCleary statue, mate.
And let's have a national annual dog show or something. You get all the dogs coming. Oh look, there's my little dog over there. My wife and my little dog.
I wonder why she was like cheering. I was like, you got a fan.
We'll move on before you get in any more trouble with your wife. Matt Cowley, do you think the council invests enough money in events?
Look, I don't think it's a point of money. It's about changing our mindset with events. We need to put on our big boy pants and realise that if someone wants to come in and take the financial risk, a lot of them are professional event promoters. They don't want things to go sour. Let them, as long as we're, as a council, we're enabling them to say, look, as long as we've seen your safe operating plan, you've spoken to these people, if you want to take the financial risk, go ahead and go do it. It's not for us to get in the road. In terms of seed funding, well, that's where we need to have a competitive, contestable fund and have processes to be able to make sure the right places are getting it, the right events, rather than pet projects.
Okay, very well said. Round of applause for everyone. We need 3 more, Megan. Spin the winning wheel.
Jump the gun.
Oh, sorry. I'm very sorry. Sorry about that, Michael. I'll give you myself. So, Michael, I'll give the question to you. Do you think the council invests enough money in events?
I think we're framing the question the wrong way.
Yeah?
I think we're looking at people wanting events, or arts, or emergency housing, or a lot of things that could be run by the community, as if they're supplicants coming to the council, like a lot of Oliver Twist with their begging bowl, and Mr. Bumble, the CEO, is telling them that, you know, yes, in his munificence, that yes, you can have some money. I think we should cut back on huge salaries from fat cat managers, cut back on a lot of HR salaries, cut back on expensive management salaries, leave the staff alone who are really doing things, like the engineers, water managers who are doing a great job, and then we'll have the community can organise their own events, their own arts, their own emergency housing, with some help from council, like they did with the arena. We ignored the CEOs from the government who said we couldn't go onto the beaches, and we got our hands dirty as a community. That's the way we should do events.
Michael, very well said. A little bit terrifying.
I felt bad honking the horn of it.
But also, it's really nice to see that sort of passion. Okay, we need 3 more. And very sorry for almost missing you out there. It was really good to hear that.
Actually, I rolled before Delwyn Walker and David Stewart. He's been done already, okay.
Try not to double up, eh, Megan? It's not that difficult.
Okay, who haven't we done?
Who would have thought the spinning wheel would be that tricky?
Try not to double up.
Murray Guy, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Murray.
And Wayne Moultrie. I apologise if I said that wrong.
Okay, the question I'm going to pose to you. If you had Sorry, what you... You're not allowed to look at my questions. Stay away. The question I pose to you, Murray, you can go first because you seem quite keen. What is the biggest issue facing the city?
apart from myself. Look, I don't believe we have a biggest issue. I think we've got a new council coming in a couple of weeks, and they will sit down and work out their priorities. For some people it's the debt, for people like myself it's about our democracy style. How can we be more inclusive? How can we capture some of the young folk here today, mate? We've only just gone onto Facebook 2 weeks ago. We're probably still sending faxes, so...
What do you use personally?
No, I haven't got a fax machine.
You're like a pager man.
Like a what?
Like you'd have a pager on your belt or something.
No, I don't have a pager, mate.
I'm not surprised.
I've got a pacer. But no, that's about it for me, mate. The new council will determine that. It's a great city. Look at this. Great day. Cheers.
Yeah, beautiful turnout. Fantastic. Okay, the same question again. What is the biggest issue facing the city?
I think Murray hit upon it when he said rates, and if he didn't say rates, he should have said rates.
Yeah.
Because that is a major issue in the city, because there are people out there who are really hurting. I mean, you buy a little old house over the mount there where I live, and the rates are absolutely astronomical.
Yeah.
And the average person doesn't feel as though they've had a fair deal for their rating burden.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is a major concern.
What do you think you'll do to help keep rates low?
I think we'll secede from Tauranga City. I'm from the Mount.
Yeah.
I think we'll succeed from Tauranga and we'll go down on our own.
Yeah.
And we won't have to pay rates because we'll charge people from Tauranga to come over the bridge.
That sounds like quite a controversial idea. So you're charging people from Tauranga to visit the beach on the Mount?
Precisely, yes.
I can't tell if you're taking the piss or not.
Either can I, but I can assure you that my pants are quite dry.
He's got dry pants, ladies and gentlemen! It was just a tip, sorry, because I sometimes miss people's names. If you're a councillor and you're running, the people want to hear your name if they want to vote for you. So say your name. What was your name, sorry?
Wayne Moultrie.
Wayne Moultrie, ladies and gentlemen. He must be winning over the rich people on the Mount, if no one else. Everyone else feels he's quite hostile. And who's our third?
Delwyn Walker.
Delwyn Walker, thank you very much. And the question to you, what is the biggest issue facing the city?
We've got several problems, but I'm going to target on young people because I believe that this forum was encouraging 18 to 35-year-olds to this meeting.
Yeah.
And so I would have to say jobs for young people.
Yeah.
I was just speaking to a few young people here just before we started. They're not of voting age at the moment, but they have a keen interest to know what politics is all about. And I think that needs to be a real key, a key point that a lot of our councillors that need to develop this city. It can't remain a town. It needs to focus on our young people. It needs to focus on education. Tertiary education needs to be developed in this city. Also, it needs to create businesses so that there are jobs created for our young people. Parents, you have a hard job ahead. Students, you have a hard just one more. You have a hard road to bout with, given that you are a user pay with your education. It's not good. But in terms of us supporting you, we need to develop this city in terms of jobs and education, I reckon.
So jobs and education for the youth. Round of applause.
Yep.
Very well said. Have we had everyone for that topic? We'll spin the wheel again, Megan, I think.
I thought I was going to enjoy the beepy thing, but I actually feel quite bad.
Megan was excited about
Matt Cowley, yeah. Well, some of you are just going to have to go twice. Jim Pringle. We haven't had Jim before. Michael Morris, have we had Michael? We have. Do you know what? We haven't had Fleur. Fleur, how do we need one more?
Jobs for the youth is a very good point, I think, because I'm from
Claire?
Nelson and we also have the same issue.
John Robson. Let's just share it around.
Welcome up, guys. You're going to come. Jim, we'll start with you. Should the council invest in the city centre hotel and tertiary campus projects?
Council investment is not necessary for having a central city hotel.
Yeah.
It's facilitating the right people to come and develop that hotel, and they should encourage that, and I'm sure they would. We need to progress the city as the top city in New Zealand, and it's got that prospect. It needs a vision.
Okay, very well said.
I want him to say you shall not pass. Unrelated.
Next candidate.
Can I have the question again, sir?
Of course you can. Sorry, what was your name?
Fleur Harawira?
Fleur Harawira. Should council invest in the city centre hotel and tertiary campus projects?
I think tertiary campus projects are important.
Yes.
I'm standing for families, so therefore education, community development, all those sorts of issues are strong with me. So I think, yes, council should have some sort of input there. We have a very high suicide rate in Tauranga at the moment. So we need more things to focus on, more positive things, more goals to reach, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm here to promote a happier place for the youth, a happier place for families, and hopefully a more togetherness and encouragement with tertiary education, creativeness, and maybe, you know, some sort of talents that you've got, bring them out, share them with your city, and let's celebrate.
Yes, very well said. Is a follow-up question, is youth unemployment a problem in Tauranga?
I think the jobs are there, but we're a little bit fussy. I have teenagers at home and they don't want to work at Pack and Save because someone might see them. So, you know, the jobs are there if you want them, guys. You just need to get out there and be a little bit less picky. Hopefully some more opportunities will open up, and you'll put down that shame of whatever it is that's holding you back and just shoot for the stars.
And finally?
John Robson.
John Robson. Should council invest in a city centre hotel and tertiary campus project?
No, we don't need to invest in a city centre hotel. Large corporations will come and do that for us, or Taina, we are already looking. With regard to a city centre campus or university, I'm actually in favour of whacking it out Windermere, because that's where students can actually afford accommodation. I can't see students affording to live inside our city centre. Every university I've been to, I'm a Waikato boy. I was actually president of the Students' Union of Waikato, so I
Stop bragging about it, mate.
Politics. Love it. You put universities on the outside of town so students have got somewhere to have a good time, got somewhere to afford to live. You don't put them in city centres. Thanks, guys.
That's an interesting point, because I know in Auckland, in the middle of Newmarket there's a huge development, and it's Auckland University is where the big brewery used to be. And I feel like other universities are moving into the city because that's the place where students want to go to. So I guess it's a mix about, I guess you've got to do the research and find out where the students actually want to study. Probably not out in the WAPs, probably closer to town, so they can go rage at a disco. I don't know what the kids are into. Probably not raging at a disco. I have no idea. So have we had our say on that? Have we had a... Should we pick, for this next one, should we pick 3 people standing at the back? Should we go 3 people standing at the back who haven't spoken? Because obviously you guys, if you're not on the wheel, then... So you 3 that haven't spoken, Rob's spoken, obviously. So you 3. The question is going to be, how will you encourage business in the city? How will you encourage business in the city?
Okay, I'm Jeanette Arnold, standing for Welcome Bay and Te Papa, the business strip right down to Greerton. And encouraging business in the city, I've had business people say people park in the parking spaces, they complain about parking tickets, so maybe we can do something about the parking so that people can come here and shop instead of going always to the Bayfair and the Fraser Code, etc., where the parking's free. We would need to bring people into the business centre, and we need to provide more things for them to do when they're in here so that it's a destination point.
Get a disco.
Here.
No, I don't know why I'm so hooked on the disco idea. I'm really out of touch.
Things, yeah, and yeah, and I guess keep talking to the business people, because without business people, towns die. So just keep talking.
Okay, fantastic. Very well said. Okay. How will you attract more businesses into the CBD?
By making our policies and bylaws more user-friendly and relevant, and also with regard to parking to have citywide parity. And I believe the cost is in the car park buildings. If there was a cost to park your car on the street, then you'd be charging Greaton, the Mount, Cameron Road. So essentially the cost of our debt with car parking is in the car park buildings. And also I think we need to be willing to listen to businesses, better communication as well.
Better communication, always important. Very well said. We'll go for another. Sorry, sir.
It's all right.
Moving too quickly ahead.
That's my dad's name. I'm Steve Morris from the Mountain Papamoa. Look, Tauranga has an exciting and vibrant CBD. It's just called Main Street the Mount. And a lot of folks spend a lot of time focusing on the Tauranga CBD over here, but we do have a strong and vibrant CBD, and that's Main Street the Mount. Looking forward in the long term, the way to encourage business and innovative business to Tauranga is to have a rates and tax-free zone somewhere. And as an experiment, looking out in Papamoa, maybe Papamoa East, we need to invite innovative and new companies with maybe technologies that haven't even been invented yet to set up there with a rates and tax-free zone. We need to look forward with a vision for the future, not managing the past.
Is it financially feasible to have a rates and tax-free zone?
It's going to take 20 years. It's going to take 20 years of advocating with the government. The government's going to have to come to the party on that. So,
okay,
yeah, choose the right government, maybe.
You mean like the national government?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I didn't mean to say the national party, but you mean the right.
Yeah, national government. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Quite an extreme idea there, but I like it. I think it's unique, to say the least. We'll try and get 3 more. What do you reckon, Megan? Spin the wheel.
Well, I'm going to go through and pick names who haven't.
Are you feeling a bit Wheel of Fortuning there?
Yeah, I am. I realise that this is quite stereotypical. Sam Bailey, Gail McIntosh, and Bevan.
I like Clayton. You're taking control of this
Thanks,
thing.
Clayton. It's my one job.
All right. Do you want to ask a question, Megan? You pose this next one. You throw it out there?
Is it an easy one? Alright, your question is, why do you think so few people vote in the local elections?
Is that for me? Oh, well,
You can take
This
it.
is going to have to be my favourite topic. My name's Sam Bailey. I think part of the reason a lot of people aren't bothering voting is they don't actually think they can make a difference. And if you do vote, I was reading something recently by a famous comedian who said, I don't bother voting because when it comes time that the idiots we put in power make mistakes, you can't blame me because I didn't put them there. and we're therefore the only people that have the right to complain because we didn't put them into the place of power where they did damage or whatever it was. The downside with that is they could get in there, load you up with a whole pile of debt. You can say, hey, that's not my bag, I didn't put them in there, but they can make you pay for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So what was there was a cool quote, but what was your point?
The point is people feel hopeless.
Yeah.
But they can't change it.
But so I think that is I mean that was a joke. I think the idea is that you should vote so you can complain. Am I right?
Nope, he was quite serious about that when you look
No,
at
no. So all these people have come here to vote, and you're telling them not to vote. It's a bit of a balls up.
All these people have come here for entertainment, and hopefully we'll give it to them. The thing with voting is you've got to pick the right party or the right people, and the hard part about it is how do you do that in 1 minute flat? You can't, can you?
All right, stop talking now.
You're welcome.
It was fun while it lasted. Just to remind people that voting does close on the 12th of October. Your last day to post your vote to ensure it arrives on time is the Thursday, the 10th of October. So get on it now. You can check it out on the internet. The elections page will direct you in the right direction, or the Tauranga City Council website, or just go into your local council service centre on Willow Street if you want to find out more information. But everyone over the 18 should be voting. All right, now we're gonna try some more rapid fire. I think we're gonna get the sign. Oh, sorry, I forgot about 2 people. Sorry about that. I sincerely apologise.
Hi, I'm Gail McIntosh. It's not often I'm overlooked.
Gail McIntosh, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm standing at large. The reason a lot of people don't vote is they find it's just too damn boring. And look at them, are you surprised? Secondly, a lot of people don't realise how important the council is in their lives. They just think central government is important, which is a load of rubbish. We actually regulate at council an awful lot of things that affect an awful lot of people. The other point being they don't see rates as being personal to them because they may be paying rent. They don't realise the rates are passed straight on to the person renting anyway. So basically we're too damn boring, but that's the way life is. Sorry folks.
Quite a downer finish there. So the reason she did a boring speech about people not voting because it was boring, and then said that's the way it is, so suck it. I feel like these guys, I feel like this has been a very lively and interesting bunch. What do you guys think? I feel like I've been quite stimulated thus far. Don't have such low self-esteem, Gail. No, and one more on this question. How do we encourage more people to vote?
I'm Bev Edlin. I'm standing for Otamotai Pies Pa and also for the Health Board. I think it's great that you're all here because I think that's showing that you're interested in what's happening with this wonderful city of ours. So, how many of you have voted already? Anybody going to put their hand up? Well, I hope tonight you're going to go away and think about who you're going to vote for because it is important. It is important not only but just for you know, right now, but it's your future. Because the people that you decide, and you're going to make that choice because you've got the power, these people are going to actually shape the future of this town and the town
It's a worry.
city that you're going to live in. So no, get out and vote and vote for who you want and vote carefully because it's a great power that you have and it's something that you're going to be able to look at in years to come and say, well, hey, I voted those people in, so this is the consequences of my vote. You've got the privilege, use it, it's great.
Or also, I voted that person not in, might be the case. I voted so that person didn't get in.
Okay, so we've got two more people that haven't spoken. We've got a question for them. Oh, three more people that haven't spoken. Heaps more people that haven't spoken. Sorry, I've got some. I've got some more questions to go. Before that happens, we're going to do another round of rapid fire. Megan, have you got your questions ready? We're going to get the signs out again. Believe me, everyone will get a chance to speak. It's nice that to have so many of you up here on stage. It's quite a complicated science process. If you can crack the science process, you're probably a good counsellor. We'll put it that way.
Okay, we're ready.
It's the first test, all right?
Sports or arts? Mark Sainsbury was so keen on this one.
Are you calling the dude in the Eagles jersey Mark Sainsbury?
Yeah, it's a great moustache. Yeah.
We've got some people who are sitting on the fence, turning them round. Combined.
Sports, it's pretty even.
What about some arty sort of sports? Next up, let's have another one.
Should the arena stay or go?
Ooh! This is a controversial question.
Go!
What does the audience think? Should the arena stay?
Go!
Should the arena go?
Yes!
Well, you guys were completely 50-50 on that. Should the arena stay?
Yes!
Should the arena go?
Yes!
You're the same people that are just yelling at every time. You guys are making a mockery of the whole process. Wait, how was the council? Where were you guys? The candidates, sorry. Stay, go, stay. You guys are split as well. We'll elaborate more on that when we get to question time, because that's an interesting one. What, next question?
Should Tauranga have pedestrian-only zones? Yes or no?
The crowd seems in favour of this. And the candidates are as well. What a feel-good moment there. Was anyone holding up no?
There was a couple of no's. Are we going to get them to explain?
Yeah, if you're a no, could you elaborate? Quite interested.
You're going to change your vote now, aren't you?
We've got a no there? What? Playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'll be the devil's advocate. If you ask the retailers, most of them like parking near their shops because I think they believe they get more sales that way. And if we want to make a pedestrian-friendly city, then why have we got a bus station that takes up 2 or 3 blocks?
Hey, very good point.
We could have that out of the city. So if you want to make it more pedestrian-friendly, get rid of the bus station out of town.
Okay. But at the same time, don't you want the buses coming into town?
Don't they bring the pedestrians in?
You could bring them via a shuttle.
A shuttle?
From a
bus?
So you've got
transfer station.
So you've got a bus into the station and then shuttle from the station to the city.
Like they do in other cities.
I reckon we'll get a monorail as well. So we'll bus to the station, then we'll shuttle to the city, and then we'll monorail back to the station. And it'll be like the circle of life, Hakuna Matata. Sorry, I'm making a mockery of it. Next question.
Last question, actually. Reduce rates or invest in our city?
Ooh. Now, I feel like the general feeling of the evening thus far has been a lot of people want to reduce rates. But we seem quite split. What does the audience think? Reduce rates? Yeah. Invest in our city? Yeah. Both? Yeah. I kind of want it both ways, I think. Okay, all right, well that achieved nothing. I think we'll get back to the questions. We'll ask the candidates. 3 candidates who haven't spoken, stand up. We'll get 3 of you right now. Just three. You all get a chance to speak, I promise. I will not leave here until everyone's had at least a minute. Okay, the question is, do you think we should reduce rates or invest in our city?
He doesn't want to answer it, that one.
Hi, Stuart Crosby, standing for Mayor, your current Mayor. Welcome everybody. It's
Stuart Crosby, the Mayor, ladies and gentlemen!
Look, the answer is absolutely obvious. We have to invest in this place. If we don't invest, we'll only go backwards. You know, if you want to create an environment where these young people can see a future here, you actually have to invest in the city. And it's not about rates and debts, it's about wise decisions. Cheers.
A follow-up question from me. When people were talking earlier about maybe the fat cats, was he talking about you?
Just look at me. No, my nickname was Twiggy.
Yeah. And what?
Age, my dear.
And so, what do you say to those people who say that maybe the council is overspending and needs to cut back?
Oh, look, people get confused between investment and spending.
Yeah.
You know, investment is investing in your future, and we have to invest for years and years ahead. Not just about today. It takes ages to put stuff in the ground and build roads and build facilities. So that's why we have a reasonable debt. It's about your future. It's not a liability. It's an investment for your future. So you can actually stay here and see a future here.
Okay. Very well said.
Terry Malloy.
Terry Malloy. Rates. What were the 2 options?
Reduce rates or invest.
Reduce rates or invest in the city.
It's absolutely invest in your city. You know, we've from 1980 to 2000, our city doubled in size. From 2000 to 2030, there'll probably be another 50 to 60,000 people come to Tauranga. If we don't invest, if we don't put that infrastructure in the ground, if we don't make our city flow well, you're going to have things like the Welcome Bay roundabout all over again, all over the city.
Oh, I don't want to have another bloody Welcome Bay roundabout, mate.
You're going to have sewage in your harbour. You're not going to have water in the summer. You have to invest in our infrastructure. If you don't, you're sunk.
I'm interested in the Welcome Bay roundabout. What happened there? Was it bloody shambles, mate?
Don't talk to me about the Welcome Bay roundabout. The Welcome Bay roundabout got me fired 6 years ago.
Oh, and what?
And I was right too. Also the museum and the walkway to Memorial Park, which I still back.
Okay, so the roundabout where cars going the wrong way around the roundabout, what was going on?
The roundabout was the right thing to do, but after that we should have left it there, got the national government to take our debt off Route K, Transit NZTA would have put an underpass there in due course without any problem at all. We stuffed it up.
Okay, oh well, good to you admit guilt there. I've got another question. I don't mean to grill you, but I do have a follow-up question again. Could you explain to me briefly, as someone who hasn't been in town long, what's going on with the Harry McCleary sculpture? Because that seems like an absolute shambles.
The Harry McCleary sculpture is going ahead. It's going to be there. The council is just voted to give it even more support than it has
How
before.
big is the sculpture? Like, how big could it be? Because I heard it's going to cost $100,000. $800,000 for a dog sculpture. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely dog.
They are lovely dogs.
Lots of dogs.
Oh, lots of dogs.
Not just one.
Who's in favour of the dog sculpture?
It's like $100K a dog.
They're quite expensive dogs, but I guess if they're fun to play catch with, then it all turns out good in the end. And who else was going to talk about this question? Reduce rates or invest in the city?
We've absolutely got to invest in our city. It's like our own homes. If we don't invest in them, they get run down. No one wants to come and see us. We have to invest to ensure that we stay a vibrant city, that people want to come and live in, and that we want to stay and live here.
Yeah, very well said. Nice and short as well, I like that, and that's a very good point.
And I'll add my name.
Yeah.
Dale Henderson, daledoes.co.nz.
Great website. I'm never logging on that site at all. No, that's fantastic, and I'm sure a lot of the candidates have more information online.
We have a couple more.
We've got two more, and we've got another question for them. Two more candidates. All right. And the question is, have you ever protested? Three more. You guys can sort it out, guys. It's not that tricky. If you haven't spoken, stand up right now. Yeah, they're very quiet. You've got to be, I think, a little bit more vocal if you're going to represent the city. The question is, have you ever protested, and if so, what for? Yes? You, sir, Mark Sainsbury.
Thank you very much. Weasel piss. I have protested against the cutting down of trees. I've protested against the depositing of oil up on the beach at Papamoa with Arena, and we should not be letting that stay there. And I'll be up with Greenpeace when it comes to stopping deep sea drilling off our coastline.
Oh, very well said.
Richard Moore for the Mayoralty and for Mount Papamoa. And the Sea Eagles.
I feel like that moustache is good branding. All right. The hell of a moustache, sir.
Larry Bullock, standing at large for council. I've protested against the...
Sorry, what does... I don't know. What does at large mean?
Oh, it means you get to vote over the whole city instead of as a ward in the 3 wards that we have.
Oh, fantastic.
I've protested against the anti-smacking law that Parliament passed in 2007. In fact, organised that referendum you all had a chance to vote in. I've protested against the 4 cents tax we pay on our fuel for the carbon tax. Mostly I protest against the lack of democracy in this country. The fact that we can have referenda and Parliament can ignore them. We're going to have another one very soon about the asset sales.
Yep.
It's just appalling that a government can say we'll ignore the will of the people.
What was the last referendum that the government ignored?
The anti-smacking one. 87% of the country that voted said they didn't want that law to be maintained, and the Parliament...
So you're saying that 87% of the country didn't want an anti-smacking bill?
They didn't want it to be a criminal offence for parents to discipline their children.
So what appeal thing? Appeal here for the anti-smacking bill? Appeal for the anti-smacking bill, make some noise. People against the anti-smoking bill, make some noise.
Smoking.
Smacking. Not smoking.
Smacking, sorry. So with a referendum like that, though, do you think that it was just people who were like politically active who voted for it, or?
No, it was 54% of the country that voted.
Because I saw the protest go down Queen Street, and I remember seeing there was like little kids walking with them. I was like, are those kids marching for their right to be hit? Or what is going? Surely they aren't really into this at all. It seemed a little bit dodgy to me.
No, some of them actually were. They were voting for the right to hit their little brothers and sisters.
Okay. No, fair point. You want more democracy. And how would you affect that if you were in the council?
Well, on council, I raised it with my colleagues at the beginning of this term, but it's about $110,000 to hold a referendum here in the city.
Dang.
So as we move...
You could buy a statue of a dog for that money.
Next term, the Parliament are going to have online voting, and when we get to that, we can probably have referenda a lot cheaper. And when the city's going to do
Let's do a Facebook poll.
When the city's going to do a big project, it would be a good idea if we could do a referenda and make sure we have the support of the majority of the citizens. So we don't waste money like we did on the hot pool renovation, because we were going ahead with it and then some people got behind it and said they wanted to stop it, and we just...
Is that not why people vote for councillors though, for you guys to make the decisions?
Yeah, and we make lots of decisions every time we meet, but there are some big issues we could easily put to the people.
What's something that you think that Tauranga should have a referendum on in the upcoming term?
Well, one of the things, that, if we could do it cheaply, would be a museum for a start. I mean, if the city want a museum and we're going to have to pay something towards it, it'd be a good idea to see if everyone in the city is prepared to pay for it. Then we won't waste money on designing it. Like last time, you know, getting to a design stage and then pulling the plug on it. You've already spent $500,000 to $1 million.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We had a heckle from the back. What were you yelling, sir?
Would it be binding?
Would the referendum be binding? Very good point.
All referenda should be binding, otherwise it's an oxymoron.
When you had one on water, you ignored the people.
Okay,
another day, another time.
No.
The first shout was good, mate, and now you're just testing your luck. And one more on the question, which was, have you ever protested, and if so, what for?
Rick Kirak, standing at large. I was elected to council as a protester. Many years ago, there was a bridge toll on that bridge over there. And it was
what's the bridge called?
What was it, $1?
What's the bridge called?
The Tauranga Harbour Bridge.
You guys have got to think of more original names for stuff, eh? It's the bridge that goes to the harbour, the Tauranga Harbour Bridge.
What could you call it? The Silver Gate?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good question.
The grey gate?
Now that you've put me on the spot, Tauranga Harbour Bridge is lovely. Continue. Sorry for interrupting, sir.
You're welcome, Guy, and thank you for the opportunity. 12 years ago, I was driving across the Harbour Bridge. My niece came down from Dargaville, originally from there many years ago.
I'll stop bragging about it, mate.
Yeah, it's a good place, Muddy River. And she said, Uncle Rick, why do we have to pay to get to the Mount Maunganui? And I said, well, it's not a charge to get into the mount, it's a charge to pay for the bridge. And she said, well, that's not very fair, Uncle Rick. And that triggered a movement. I put a letter to the editor in the paper, and a group was formed called the Tolls Action Group. And it took us about almost a year to get rid of the toll. The toll was collected for quite some time. We collected basically double what the bridge cost, so there was a definite issue around fairness there. And so eventually, after, well, I suppose the trigger really was, I went across the bridge and I just refused to pay, because we had a legal opinion saying that the council was collecting illegally. And so then a whole lot of other people joined the gang and said, no, I'm not going to pay the toll. And so eventually it fell on Paul Holmes' show, and we got rid of the toll.
What about K Road?
You seem
Route K.
Well,
that's a different issue. That hasn't been paid for.
You seem like quite obsessed with the bridge, mate. It was a long time ago. You got to move on a little bit.
Well, that's the last time I protested.
You were saying it was on the Paul Holmes show. Paul Holmes show was quite a long time ago.
I said it was 12.
It's now bloody
years ago,
7
right?
sharp now. It's appalling. But it's still show. And we had a heckle there. Someone yelled out, "What about K Road?" Which I think is a street.
Route K is another toll road here.
Oh, K Road is. So it's not.
I thought you meant our K Road.
It's not the popular Auckland transsexual spot. It's another one. What about K Road, sir?
Why has he told that since he's been in council?
Why has K Road been told since you've been in council?
I've got no fundamental issue with the toll road, as long as once it's paid for,
It's just
the toll
that bridge
comes
he
off.
likes, mate. He's focusing on the bridge and the bridge alone. So you're not against tolls?
But once the road is paid for by the toll, then it should come off. Agreed?
Okay. Yeah, what does Phil think? I think that's a fair point. Did he answer your question fairly, sir? Very good question. I thought we're now, because everyone's spoken, everyone's had a short time. Sorry it's so brief. But I thought now, if anyone from I've got more questions, but if anyone did want to yell one out or had an idea that they'd like someone to have an opportunity to answer, let me know. If not, I'll go on to my next one. We'll spin the wheel, eh? We'll give the wheel another spin and get 3 more people.
What about the sandbar at the mount?
So we've got the question is, what about the sandbar at the mount? Is that a good question?
It got closed down. Why?
Pardon?
It got closed down. Why?
The sandbar at the mount got closed down. What is the sandbar at the mount?
An artificial reef.
Yeah, g'day.
Official reef.
Hi, Clayton.
Look, the sandbar was an event that was run for about 8 years. In fact, I had a bit to do with that with the council. It was a great initiative initially to create a bit of a meeting point. Anybody here ever went to the sandbar over in the mountain? Yeah, it certainly was a great place to get together with old people, young people. We had entertainment, we had shows every day from Boxing Day through to the second Sunday of the New Year. And it was just a great event. And look, it just got very, very popular. And then it was stopped because it got too popular. My question is really, well, we should really stop Christmas because that's pretty popular too. But you know, what we need to look at is outside the box on this and look at some of the cities that are doing events really, really well. And I looked down at Gisborne, they've got the Rhythm and Vines, and it sort of started the same way as the sandbar did, and it's just about bringing people together and enjoying the sunshine and enjoying this beautiful coastline and harbour.
Okay, well, very well.
Hopefully we'll bring it back.
Did that satisfy your question, sir?
Thank you.
Oh, he's like, cheers, mate. Oh, I need to know. I've got a question. Can someone here, and anyone can answer this, can anyone explain succinctly how someone who hasn't voted yet and doesn't have the papers, how they can vote?
Well, that's an easy one. Just ring the council, ask to talk to the electoral officer, Yvonne Taton, and she'll be able to put you in the right frame of mind as to what you need to do. It'll be a special vote, easy to do. Please take that opportunity and use your responsibility to vote for your council and councillors.
So what's the phone number? 577 000. If you haven't voted yet, that's number 577 000, and you can cast a special vote, or you can go and visit at the what's the website? Government.govt.co.nz. Okay, I won't be logging onto that boring website. The way the internet works is there's heaps of fun sites on there, like Facebook and stuff, and no one's got time for your govt.co.nz, mate. And they can go to the council office as well. Yeah, go online, and Tauranga City Council will have a link on the website as well. A link to it, fantastic. Sir, you've got a point?
There is an application form in the Tauranga City Council office.
Yeah.
You can take that one and fill up, send by post to the electoral officer.
Yeah.
They will report you and send back the special vote.
Are you in favour of online voting for the next election?
It is good, but if somebody is going in the positive way, if somebody is going in another name, then how can we check?
You think it could be easy to, I guess that's an issue the council has to get by. Is that something the council is going to do in the future? Are they going to have online voting? Because that would be something, and remember as well to encourage friends and family to vote as well if they haven't already, because it's your democratic right. It's a fantastic chance to. We've got time to ask a couple more questions. Any questions from the crowd? One man at the back is very enthusiastic.
I'll say goodbye.
Even though I'm blue, even though I'm blue. Thank you very much, sir. You just used, yeah, that was a John Owen Bennett 10 reference for me and a couple of close friends to enjoy. Everyone else is a bit confused and think that guy's a bit crazy. But that's okay. I'll answer any questions about me after 7 o'clock. Shall we spin the wheel one more time, maybe?
I have spun it. I spun, no, I've forgotten because you took too long. Let's do it again. I spun Darwin Walker, Matt Cowley and Michael Morris.
Okay. And the question is, what have you done for this city already? Already?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been a member of Papamoa Surf Life Saving Club for quite a while. Been a director on there. So, been part of the whole RENA volunteer network as part of that. One of the most greatest things about Pap Surf Club and Surf Life Saving in general is that we've actually got a lot of school leaders. A lot of our young athletes that I have a bit of banter with. That's sheep, don't worry. They're actually the head girls, head boys, and all the schools. And it's really cool providing that gateway, providing those pathways for them to be giving back to the community as well as being part of the Young Professionals Forum and various other things here that we're trying to already communicate the young people's views up onto council.
Follow-up question. You mentioned the arena. Should it stay or should it go?
No, it needs to go. Long-term effects, it needs to go.
What do you mean by long-term effects?
Well, it's there's still a lot of rubbish on there. The iwi at Mode City Island, they've given offered quite a considerable.
Right, you said bribe.
The package was really good for Mode City in terms of all the infrastructure, but even then they went, no. The long-term effects that we're going to be suffering from, it's not a dive attraction. It's we need to think well beyond that, particularly at Pab Surf Club. We're going to suffer.
And then, next up, madam at the back. What have you done for the council already?
What have I done for the council?
Oh, sorry, no, what have you done for the city, sorry, already?
The city, okay. Well, I've increased the population by 4.
Great answer.
But seriously, I help initiate and instigate smoke-free areas, particularly in public areas in Tauranga. It initially started with focusing on Welcome Bay, but it was such a fabulous idea when it came to council that they decided to blanket the whole city, which I was terribly pleased about. So public spaces, they're smoke-free for all our families. Very good.
And sir, what have you done for the city already?
I came here to teach in marine and environmental management at Bay of Plenty Polytech, mostly teaching young people around 18 to 24. And I'd say some of the proudest moments of my life was when we, at the graduation, people came in to a Maori welcome and wearing the academic robes, you know, combining the best traditions of both cultures of New Zealand. And I saw my students how so totally proud they were to have graduated, and I knew that some of them, I helped them along that way, and some of them even wouldn't have made it without me. That I think is something that's made my life worthwhile personally. Other things I've done is students helped me and helped the Polytech and helped the city. We collaborated doing fairly cheap environmental studies, much cheaper than those huge consultancy fees that the council spend, I can tell you. You get a student, the student benefits, the city benefit. One of my students helped with looking at alternatives to spraying endosulfan on Blake Park, and credits where it's due. Mayor Stewart actually helped with that too, with some funding. And another of my students did some work on sea lettuce in Tauranga Harbour, arranged public meetings, and we discovered scientifically through nitrogen studies and isotopes that the sea lettuce is caused by pollution from the land and not from the water, and we had public meetings and discussed that, and that's helped with the policy on sea lettuce to the regional council.
From a science background, what is your opinion on the arena?
You make a mess, you clean it up, all of it.
Very well said. We've got time for one final question. I guess we'll spin to decide the 3 people who are going to say it. Thanks for coming, ladies. I really appreciate it.
Wayne Moultrie.
Awkward time to leave, 5 minutes before the end, but well done.
Ramesh Sharma. And we just had Dylan, so we'll go to Fleur Harawira.
The question is this: if you won $33 million in lotto on Saturday, and you had it to spend on the city, what would you spend it on?
I'd probably take the money and run.
He's honest.
Quote of the night.
I will give the money to City Council to construct the museum and the arts activities. Thank you.
Well said. Yep.
Apparently people can't see me.
The sound guy is getting very irate. He's like, perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Big disaster.
Come over here. Come over here.
Thank you so much. Well done, Lazu.
Okay, I forgot to tell you, I'm standing for Otamotai Pies Pa Ward.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So if
one guy's stoked.
If I won $33 million,
no one can hear you,
too
sir.
many, mate. But we're allowed 2.
Invest in a microphone in the future.
Okay, so what I would do with the money is, first of all, I would make sure that my family have a house that we don't have to pay for again. Then I would look at my city, and I would get
the museum that we all want, because I remember as a child being down at the village and having all the rides, and it was great, and you guys have missed that. But hey, I had it, I've got photos to prove it. It was wonderful. We had a steam train, we had a fire engine, it went ding ding, we had a hat we could put on. There were people dressed in old people's clothing giving us lollies the old-fashioned way, cutting haircuts the old-fashioned way. It was great. Sorry?
He called Rainbow's Ends.
Rainbow's.
I don't know whether he wants you to build a Rainbow's End here or he's just a fan of the park. He likes to go to public places and shout it out.
Okay.
You could go to a trip on Rainbow's End maybe with your lotto winnings.
I could call it that if you like. But no, I'm not really for a big park like Rainbow's End in Tauranga, to be honest. I don't mind if people want to go to Rotorua for that, but how about a cultural experience right here? And instead of going to Rotorua, we've got some perfect things here that we can use.
Well said, well said.
So that's it.
Round of applause, round of applause. That's just about us. Just to remind everyone to vote, voting closes on October the 12th. The last day to post your vote to ensure it arrives on time is Thursday. If not, you can do a special vote, you can go to the council, or you can call the number, which is 577 000. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for all our candidates. They've done such a fantastic job. And give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and participating in democracy. On behalf of the council, thank you very much. Good night. And everyone will be around to talk if you want to come talk to them properly.